Lynda, we're both in the garden club. Yeah. And of course the holiday bazaar happens in December, we hope. And the garden club, you actually show everyone how to make wreaths and, you know, help us out. So this is one that you've made. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about it? Because I'm bad at this.
All right, well, this is an artificial one, but it'd be the same thing for a fresh wreath. So this is the size that you would get for a door, which is between a 12-inch and a 14-inch wreath would be the way you'd order it. So that is the ring size, you know, in the back. So the first thing I like to do before making the wreath is to gather up all the things you're going to put on the wreath. In other words, just like design, right? You start to plan it out before you actually do it. So that's the big important thing. So I usually start with the bow. I make a nice bow, what I like, and then I coordinate the things to go with the bow. So like this one here has the, it's very natural. It's kind of a burlappy looking with some red sparkly stuff. So I started with the bow, and then I decided pine cones would look really nice on that instead of a lot of glitter stuff. And I happen to had just made these ribbon roses, which are kind of really cool.
Did you make those?
Yeah, I make these.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole nother lesson.
Uh-oh.
But anyways, I like to design in threes, as you all know. So I had 3 of these ribbon roses. So first I placed the ribbon. I happen to like it on the top, but some people like it, you know, left, right, or you can put it on the bottom. I'm not a fan of it on the bottom.
I don't know. On this one, I like it on the top.
Right? It's, you know, it's very showy. So I started with the ribbon, tie it on really tight with your wire, long wire. Then I think I placed the pine cones next. I put, you know, 3. They're not all matching, but they are large. And they, you know, they make a nice focal point. So one here, spread out. Then I put in the ribbon roses, the same type of thing. They're spread out in 3s. Makes like a triangle.
3 or 1, right?
Right,
Is
exactly.
That
so here's your birdhouse. There's only 1 because it's like the special thing.
Yeah.
It's a special piece. And then the last thing I did was add in some red berries, just for more color. And I had some little red apples.
Yeah, and the berries go with the berries on that too.
Exactly.
This is a beauty.
So that's one. Now this one is just a smaller version, which I think is a good size too. So this is probably a 10-inch wreath, I'm guessing. So this one I made completely natural. I had this little Merry Christmas ribbon, which is rustic. So I did it mostly in pine cones. Mm-hmm. The great thing about this is everything's free except for the actual wreath, right?
Right.
So you pick your pine cones ahead of time, such as, here we go, girls.
Yeah.
And guys.
The pick. Have wire and a pick.
Wire and a pick, and have these done ahead. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, and go out in the yard, or these don't look like.
These came from like South Carolina.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Because they didn't look like.
But these are local. These are all local. This is local, and this is called sumac.
Yeah.
And this should be picked now while it's beautiful red before it turns brown.
So it can be in fields and wherever?
Yeah, it's fields. It's over by the 99 restaurant in Westford. But people know the areas to go pick this. But I pick it ahead of time.
And it's not something like poison ivy?
No, it's not poison. It's on a long stick. I have a piece over there. And then the head on it is about that big. So I kind of broke it off to make it a little daintier.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So that's your natural wreath.
That's a nice one.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the greenery for the arrangements that we're about to make.
Good.
Okay. So here is arborvitae. I love this piece because of the little berries on there. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So we have arborvitae. Everybody has this around. Most people have this in their yard.
Sure, I do. I have plenty.
This is fir, right? Or balsam, I forget. balsam of fir. This is white pine. This is a really good one.
Yeah.
That's beautiful with a lot
That's
of...
sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky. So wear gloves, wear an apron. So I think for today, those are the only 3 I'm going to be using because that's all I had in my yard.
Okay.
For the basket, this is what I like to do for a basket. I happen to have this, which really works well because it will hide the ugly liner.
Oh, okay.
Right? So that's
good.
a little trick. And a lot of
I never knew that.
Yeah, a lot of people have this, or I'm trying to think of what else you could use. Even cellophane. I don't know.
How about the shredded
Different things.
colored paper? Can you do that?
Yeah. This. What's good about this is if it gets wet, it's not an issue.
Good.
You know, because this will probably get a little bit damp.
Yeah.
So then you put a nice liner in there, and then
You got a plastic whatever.
yeah. Oh, this is just I don't know. I save salad containers. You know, the nice square salad containers.
Right.
I don't know where this came from, but probably the top of a cake. This one, for this size basket, I put some little filler strips on the bottom.
Okay.
This will to raise it up. You know what I mean? So it's the right height. Because otherwise, if I didn't put it, this would be below the level of the basket.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You want to be about 1.5 inches above the basket.
Okay.
So even, actually, this is a little too low, so I should have had that for you. You want it to be that height right there,
Oh,
okay? So I need to put something underneath it. How about...
I see you have a little turntable. That's a good idea.
Oh, I love that turntable.
Yeah, I have one. I was going to get rid of it, but I think I'll keep it now.
Yeah, it's great for making arrangements. So this is just for demonstration purposes, but I would come up with some sort of a container, but I want to show you the proper height that it should be. You could actually do a liner, another liner upside down
Okay.
to give you the height. Okay, so that's the proper height right there.
Oh, see, I never knew that. I
You
would
didn't
go
know that?
below.
Okay, yeah. No, you want to be 1.5 inches above your container. And tape it down because if somebody lifts this up, it's going to all topple,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So this
Oh, you
is-
tape it to
I
the
tape-
basket.
I tape it right down to the basket, like so.
Then do you lift this stuff up?
So what I like about this is you can play around with it. So
Uh-huh.
you can do that,
I see.
make it so it's really covering that liner. This is great stuff, and it's not expensive.
Yeah,
A
I've got
roll
some.
of that. Everybody seems to have it, so.
Depending on the month, too, you could use the orange
Exactly.
and in red or green.
Yep, yep. I have just an off-white one with a little gold running through it. That's pretty too. So that's taped down, and that's secure enough.
Okay.
I used to staple it to the basket, but I don't want to wreck the basket, so that's good there. All right, I'm putting my gloves back on.
And put on your gloves because you don't want to, well,
For the sap, that's the main reason.
exactly.
I'm doing
Sticky,
it.
sticky.
Yeah. Okay, so I use a clipper.
Okay.
So for this basket, I'm going to do it, you can either do an arrangement all the way around, which means you're going to see it from all sides.
Okay.
But with a large basket, I like to do it one-sided. What I
Okay.
refer to as a one-sided arrangement. So it's going to be
Oh.
viewed mostly from the front, but it's also going to be finished in the back.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So what I do is take this piece and see how there's 2 sides to it?
Mm-hmm.
You see it? So that's the back. This is the front.
Right.
See, this is the prettiest part. Not so pretty.
Okay.
Okay? So what I do is I
And this is the sticky one.
This is a sticky one, so wear your gloves. I got a bigger what I like to do is take off the greenery on the bottom that's
Okay.
going to go into the Oasis. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the Oasis too. The Oasis, when you soak Oasis, you should put it in a bucket of water with the whole side up.
Okay.
The hole's up, and you do not push, you do not submerge it into the water. You let it go in naturally, because otherwise it's going to have air pockets.
Oh.
Okay?
I always stuck it in water
And pushed
up to here.
Yeah, you do that, but I'm saying you don't push it down.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Let it
so-
go out by
on its-
itself.
on its-
All right.
yeah. Okay? So, that's my first piece. I'm going to go left to right and kind of make it
Okay.
asymmetrical. So I stick with one type of greenery to start. And then I start filling in with other greenery. So I get my shape with this greenery right here. So now it's coming out this way.
It takes some thought. You just don't plop, right? You
No,
have to think about it.
Exactly. And so here's the piece of Oasis. You start from the middle, okay? And it radiates out. That's how you get your shape.
Make some ears.
Exactly. Exactly.
Think of it that way. I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm coming out the back. Because even though it's a one-sided arrangement, it has to have some things in the back. It's just not going to be a round, like a round ball.
Okay.
I always say it's going to be showier by doing it this way, which means showier means more value.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. So now the next greenery I'm going to start filling in with is the fir or balsam. And basically I'm going in between the white pine.
Ah.
Right? We're going to fill in with the balsam. And it's on an angle. You see how I'm doing it on the angle?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that's a pretty piece.
It's really great if they have the tiny little
Oh, the pine
cones on
cones.
them.
Oh, they're beautiful. I love it. So you're taking a big piece and cutting it down, you know, with the branches. That's in the middle. You can turn it if you want.
Yeah, I would like to.
Turn it, sure. So you can see that it's starting to take shape. And then I look at it, you know, from the side view, and you see how it's just flat here. So now I'm going to start bringing it out so it has dimension.
So just keep filling.
Keep filling it in because you want that whole piece of Oasis to be covered.
And fill it with different things.
Right.
It's really fun to watch. I may be able to do it.
Yeah, you will. So now as you're coming towards the front, you start off tall, you get your shape, you know, left and right, and now the pieces in the middle are shorter. So it's a gradual thing rather than, you don't want these big long pieces, then it's going to look like a big round ball, right? It's easier for the holiday bazaar, instead of, you know, coming in with these big huge branches, to have boxes of like this size, already pre-cut and ready to go. It just makes it go faster.
Have we ever, I'm not sure, I could have forgotten, but have we ever had anyone like you there making an arrangement that day?
No, all those years.
Huh.
How silly is that? We should have been doing demonstrations.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, because people want to learn and, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do that for the plant sale, though. I mean, it wouldn't be a holiday arrangement, but we could do it for fresh flowers.
Right. I think it's fun to watch it being done,
Right.
and it makes you think maybe I could do it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, fresh flowers, I'll show you that arrangement after that I made last night. It took me like 10 minutes. And everybody can learn how to make that. All right, so now I'm going to the arborvitae. So that would be, to me, the arborvitae is soft, it flows, it has the little cones on it, it's pretty, so I put that in at the end. You're using, you know, a small...
How long do you think it lasts?
This arrangement? Well, if they keep it watered, it'll last the whole season.
Wow.
Yeah, from Thanksgiving through Christmas.
Oh my.
No problem.
Well, that's good.
So see how that frames the arrangement with the little cones, gives it interest.
Yeah, it's really pretty already.
Yeah. So,
And I see how the red ribbon is working.
right?
Yeah.
It's covering the sins, and it also gives a little interest to the base of the basket. And the other thing, when you're making a basket arrangement, you want to see the basket. So you see the handle, you see the basket, because
Okay.
the greenery is framing the basket,
Okay.
not, you know, full and covering it like we do. It's not like we do the urns around
Okay.
town. You know, those you can kind of just put the stuff in. But this, you really need a shape.
Okay.
So I'm not going to finish it, but you get the gist of the shape.
Yeah,
But this would be completely filled. I would cover every inch of that Oasis.
Well, I see.
And then I would start getting creative with, you know, some ribbon, maybe.
Does the ribbon go on the front?
What I would do with a one-sided arrangement that's this shape, I would put a ribbon right in here
Okay.
as a focal point.
Okay.
Okay, so if here's the arrangement, the ribbon would go here with maybe some streamers coming down,
Okay.
right? And then, oh, look at this. I forgot about this baby. Ooh, this is pretty. I have to put this in. Look at that with the pine cones. So I'd make that
Perfect.
part of the focal point.
Perfect.
And then I maybe would wire a cluster of these in there. So that's the shape. And then I suppose I could show the pine cones. So here's the picked pine cones, okay? So here we go. There's one. I'm getting that triangle shape again. I usually do 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay?
Look at that. Ah.
And then I want to bring some color, right? Actually, I forgot I pre-made the ribbon. There we go. So what I would do in this case, I'd put the ribbon in first. And then I'd put the pine cone coming out of the ribbon. And then I would just peek in a little bit of red.
So actually, if you want to make an arrangement, whenever you're out, either yard sales or flea markets or even, you know, a craft store, look for things that you can put into, if you're thinking of doing an arrangement, things you can put into it.
Right.
Any little item like apples or figures or...
Oh, yard sales are the best place to find all this type of
Baskets,
stuff.
too.
Yeah, baskets. And save your liners.
And then put all those things in a bucket or something, and then when you're ready to do your arrangements, you've got them.
You have it all ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right. This is going to be, I don't know if you're going to sell these at the Holiday Bazaar, but this is, I know when I was doing it, everyone was asking for a centerpiece.
Right,
This is, you know, something you'd put on a dining room table.
right. A lot of times the other is beautiful, but
It
you
takes up-
actually have to put it on your doorstep or something
Right.
because it's huge. Yeah.
Right. That's the problem with baskets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice like on a sideboard, but
Right.
But they would look nice inside the house. I mean, outside the house.
So make sure you clean the stem.
Yes. So because this part goes into the Oasis, you don't want the actual needles going in there because it soaks up more water, which means the arrangement will die quicker.
Oh, okay.
That's the reasoning for it. Okay, so here again, the Oasis went up about 1.5 inches above. I would normally tape that down just like I did the basket.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do it for time. So now here again, we're going to get the shape by putting in, and for this arrangement, I'm going to use a little bit more delicate greenery.
So it doesn't have to be the same size, but in the same place. You're not making it exactly the same.
No. Okay, so the same thing here, we're going to get a shape. So it's long, what I call long and low. So the sides are long, but the middle part is short.
Okay.
Because if it was out here, it'd be a round ball instead of long and low. So you want it skinny. Skinny in the middle. So you're inserting right on top of your container.
Oh.
See that?
Yeah. Okay.
And it gives a nice shape. So now I start up here and do the same thing. It's on an angle and it's from the middle radiating out. A little bit bigger. I want it a little bit taller, so I'm going to do that. That's more the height I want. And another thing with making an arrangement, you don't want to do what I just did. Take the green out, put it back in, take it out.
The holes will get bigger?
Same thing. The holes get bigger, makes the air pockets, and the arrangement won't last.
Another good reason to wear gloves is this is prickly.
Exactly. So you keep going around with that same, and that's why I love this. You can just spin this around till you get the right shape. Okay, so this is great, right? Spinning this around. Okay, so we just continue filling in. I don't usually work with gloves because I find them awkward.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm protecting my manicure right now.
Yeah, but what you've got on is thin enough.
All right.
So go around, do the top.
So, yeah, it's kind of round in the middle, right? But then
Oh.
here it's longer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now I'm going to look for a piece that it's more flowy, like this. I love the arborvitae. It's a soft green, right?
I have plenty of that.
Yeah. This is from my the big green giant trees out back.
Yeah.
Those are really nice ones. So there again, you're going, getting your shape with that. So you're just doing the same exact thing, only with another greenery. So for this arrangement, I'll probably use, again, 3 different types of greenery. At the end, if you had something like, not so much rhododendron because that really dries out, but like andromeda, you know, the
Okay.
small andromeda, that makes a nice focal point at the end to fill in with that. And white pine is really pretty too. White pine to get the softness.
Don't worry about putting greenery in. You can put all the greenery. Lots of different greenery.
Yes, lots
Yeah.
of different greenery. And
Yeah.
then to get good, the color, you do some ribbon.
Yeah, and it's also interesting a little more interesting to look at.
Right, than if you were just using one. Yeah.
Pretty.
So that's the shape, and that's about the size somebody wants for a dining room table.
Yep.
So then I would do the same thing. I would start filling in with smaller pieces to cover up that Oasis.
Okay.
And then, you know, if you want something to jazz it up, blue spruce is really nice. Gives another color and another dimension.
Yep.
And I love pine cones.
Yeah.
So I like to add in pine cones. Oh, these are too big, but you get the idea. So you do, you know, maybe one pine cone here, and one here.
Are you talking this size
It could be that size.
or that big one?
Not, I wouldn't do a big one this size, but I'd do the long, skinny ones.
Okay.
The ones that we just did in that last arrangement.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a long and low for a dining room table. So now we're going to make a mug arrangement.
Okay.
And so the mug arrangements are great because you can sell them between $10 and $15. I mean, I would think 15 nowadays, but maybe 10 is the number. I'm not sure. But this is a, let's see, it's kind of between a quarter and a third of a block of Oasis.
Okay.
I didn't measure it exactly, but, you know, so watch this. Boom, boom.
There. You know what I've been doing?
What's that?
And now I see it wasn't necessary. I was trying to shape
it to the mug. Yeah, you don't need to, you just push it right down. Same, again, you want it about 1.5 inches above. And for a mug, this is what I do.
Okay. So you shape it on top. You don't have to shape it on the bottom.
Exactly. There you go, right?
Okay.
And then I would also put a piece of tape. Okay, so the mug arrangement I also like to do as a one-sided arrangement.
Oh.
So it's showier. It's well,
you can put it on a shelf,
you can put it on a shelf.
bookcase, whatever.
Yep. So it's the same thing. So the tall piece goes in the back, left to right. I don't know. That's the way I've always done it.
So it's taller than the mug.
Yes. So that's let's see, a rule of thumb. At least one time the height
Okay.
of the mug.
Well, it's a little early for me to make them, but you're making me want to go home.
Right, and make one.
I have a lot of different things that I can use.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I've been to your house, I know. Look at it, and that beautiful blue willow you have.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that would be beautiful.
And tomorrow I'm getting Cornish ware.
Oh, gorgeous.
Lots of different pieces.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, watch this. I'm going to even make this one taller.
Wow.
Ta-da.
Wow.
Okay, and now you have the,
That's really tall.
okay, now the next piece is going to go a little shorter, and so it's a gradual.
Yeah, I never would have thought
But when that tall? Yeah, you know why? Because the mug is hefty. It's, you know, it's a fat mug. It's a big mug. I shouldn't say fat. It's a big mug. So it can take, you know, height and heavier green. Doesn't have to be super dainty. The thing with the mug is you want to be able to see the mug, just like the basket. You don't want to cover up what's on the mug. That's the whole idea of it, right?
Again, you can look for mugs at yard sales and
Oh.
flea markets and
Right?
dollar store.
Oh. Yeah. So
Or,
it's
like me.
Oh, clean out your house. Oh boy. I know it did look tall in the beginning, but it doesn't now. I think the size is perfect. So that's the shape. That's the height. Pretty much the rule of thumb is 1.5 times the height of the container.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Why am I surprised? I should
I
know
don't
this
know.
after being a member for so long.
So see how I'm turning it and see how you can see the mug and what's on the mug? Okay, so now I'm going to go to this dainty green because this really fills in. Look how much Oasis that covered.
make sure you go out and clip a lot of greenery.
Yeah, because if you have leftover, you can make the swags, right?
Right.
Those, I think, were a really good seller one year. Which, you know, a swag, you just take a beautiful piece like this,
Yeah.
right? So this, if you were making a swag, this is, you know, your piece. You get another piece for the top. You know, and obviously you cut off this part, make it look pretty. So it's going down and it's going up. And then you put a pretty bow here and then some pine cones and boom.
There you go.
$20 out the door.
So no excuses for not having really great decorations.
Right.
Wow, that is nice.
So there's,
Nice.
that's the shape. 1.5 times, 1 to 1.5 times the height.
Okay.
And make sure you leave it so that you can see the mug.
Right.
And then after that, then you would put a little bit of ribbon and some pine cones, maybe small apples or berries, things like this,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah. I like that.
This is a focal point, something like that, 3. So I put that right down in the front. And what else do we have here? Look at this, we have this little guy.
Oh, that's cute.
Right?
That is
so
really
you see
cute.
It's bringing in the color. So there's your mug arrangement.
I love it. We're ready. We're ready.
This I made last night. Look how easy this is. But like we could do this at the what do you call it? The plant sale.
So you take a round.
Yeah, not with hydrangea obviously, but with whatever's out. Lilacs are out, right, in May?
I have tons of this right now.
I know. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 5 hydrangea cut down low. You know, so the stem is like that. And the
Is
cedar.
that paper or?
That happens to be paper, yeah, but you could do it with the hosta leaf,
Yeah.
you know.
Nice.
So.
Very nice.
All right,
Oh, good.
there we go.
I feel like I know something.
Anybody want to make arrangements? What am I going to do with these greenery? I cut a little bit too much. I thought I was doing the whole holiday bazaar. Oh.
Good. This is perfect. Thanks
Okay.
again. And
All right.
I hope that everybody, you know, gained something from it and
Yeah.
knows what to do and gets things done for their tables, but also for the holiday bazaar.
Yeah.
Or for friends and family. Good.